I think what it gave me most was an opportunity to step away from life, really. And when I stepped away from that, I realised I actually really don't like this 9-to-5 style of working. My name is Bex Band. I'm an adventurer, author, and I'm founder of the UK's largest women's adventure community, Love Her Wild. And this is Women Beyond Borders for Euronews Travel. It started out just as a Facebook group because I noticed there was a real lack of women accessing the outdoors. And that really bothered me, mostly because I'd taken so much from getting outdoors and going on adventures. It just seemed a shame that other women weren't giving themselves that space to go and experience that as well. So I set up Love Her Wild, and really the ethos of the group is just being a supportive and kind community. We're not competitive, we're not judgmental, we don't care if someone's starting out, how fast they hike, how far they go. Really, we're just there to support each other and have a good time. I've also been able to go on lots of adventures with teams of women, which are actually my favourite style of adventure. I really like that team feeling and being around supportive women, sitting around a campfire in the evening, having discussions. And it's hard to pick the most memorable. The hardest was probably doing cross-country skiing in the Arctic in January. It was absolutely freezing. The weather was really against us. I've never been so cold in my life, and probably won't be jumping back to the Arctic anytime soon, but just seeing the scenery and that stillness and not having sun for like the first few days on the expedition was just so surreal.
I'm very excited because I've been defrosting a Mars bar against my body for the last hour, so I'm hoping today it won't be completely frozen rock solid.
We also organised sometimes world first expeditions, so we did paddle pickup where we were the first team of women to kayak the width of the UK, picking up plastic pollution. And another really memorable one was the Everest adventure, which was the first female team adventure that I organised. I brought together a team of women who'd never met before, and we decided to hike the height of Everest in the Lake District. We didn't complete it as a team, and at the time I thought, gosh, this is it, no one's ever going to go on an adventure with me again. But actually the opposite happened, and people that were following saw what great friends we made on that trip and how we had such a good time even though we didn't reach our goal, and so that just inspired more adventures like that. My biggest bit of advice for someone that might be struggling to find a career path that they enjoy or work that they love doing is actually just to start following, pursuing your passions really, and following things that really excite you. That's kind of what I did. I just started going on adventures. I saw that I really loved doing that. I then started writing because I just love having a blog and having that kind of creative capacity. I then launched the Facebook group, a women's adventure community, and realised that I love organising things and getting people together. And there was no clear career path. There was no focus of like, oh, I'm going to do this and this and this, and then the outcome is I'm going to have this career. I just started doing things that I like. And I think we live in a really special time where you can build a personal brand around anything. So if you feel like you would be comfortable having that online space, start doing that straight away. Start talking about topics that you're excited about and passionate about. I really hated my school years. I had undiagnosed dyslexia until I was about 12 or 13, and that meant I just didn't do well at school. I also felt like there was a bit of a barrier that I was underestimated by all my teachers, and I also was bullied at school, and I really struggled to fit in and to make friends. And that was perhaps part of the reason why I was really struggling to find work that I was satisfied with, because I didn't have the confidence to go for things that really excited me, because I just didn't think I was good enough. So now I do my absolute dream career. I absolutely love what I do. Really, I have what you might call a portfolio career, in that I have a common theme, which is adventure and trying to inspire people to go on more adventures. I give talks, I write either on my blog, or I recently published my first book. I also run a women's adventure community, and I organise expeditions and meetups, provide support online, do social media content. I get to completely choose the times that I work and the days that I work, but also I get to choose where I put my focus. So if I'm really enjoying leading expeditions, then I can just put more energy into that and run more expeditions. I think for me and my journey, there was a really obvious, clear turning point when I was training to be a teacher. And then I actually saw a National Geographic article about long distance trails. One of the trails, the Israel National Trail, really stood out to me because my husband's originally from Israel. It's 1,000 kilometers in length. And I just thought it was the coolest thing I'd ever heard of. And it took 2 months to do the full 1,000 kilometers. It was the hardest thing I'd ever done, but it was also incredible. It was so amazing being on an adventure, really stripped back, living this simple existence, not having all the stresses and strains of everyday life. And that was a really transformative experience, and that was quite an important discovery, because then I realized actually I want to share that and for other people to experience that too. So a really important part of that story is that myself and my husband both saved up money so that we had a security net. And then when we left our jobs, we spent a bit of time traveling and living very, very cheaply. And while doing that, we were then able to build these careers for ourselves and start thinking about a life that might be more in our terms.